highly anticipated clash between Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland is finally over, and it lived up to the expectation. The fans enjoyed the epic showdown.
Army.
How does this fight end?
Really get your first round.
Rear naked choke. There you go. Rear naked choke, he says. By Chimaev.
Decision 7 scores it. 48-47, Chimaev. Salvador Belal scores it. 48-47, Strickland. The first side. And Eric Cohen scores the contest. 48-47 for the winner by split decision.
Oh, Alex, the man himself. Let's go. Alex, champion. Legend. Legend right here. Hey, this man is going to make history. 3 belts. He's going to make history. Brazilian, but also an American.
Let's go. Let's go. 4-1 Chimaev. He outstruck him for 4 rounds. He outstruck him for 4 rounds. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Outstruck him in a jab fest. Beat him in the 5th round. Clear 4-1 Chimaev. Clear 4-1 Chimaev. Strickland's going like this. It's the clearest 4-1 I've ever seen. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Holy, jabbed him to a decision. They jabbed him to a decision. Don't let the commentary fool you, boys. Don't let the commentary fool you. 4-1 Chimaev. Striking jab fest. There's no way they rob him. It's not possible. You can only give Strickland round 2. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's a clear win for Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev went in there and jabbed Strickland to death. Holy. There's no way they even rob him. It's a clear decision. It's a clear decision. Jab fest decision from Chimaev. Who would have guessed it? That's crazy. Strickland only won round 2. Adrenaline dump. Had to be adrenaline dump. That's insane. Who would have predicted that? Dude, if they rob him, I'll lose my mind. If they rob him, I'll lose my mind. It's clear 4-1. Strickland didn't do anything but in the 5th round. I mean, 2nd round. They robbed him. They brutally robbed him. It was 4-1. That's a brutal robbery. That's a brutal robbery. That's literally a brutal robbery. There's no way. He lost 4-1, bare minimum 3-2. That's legitimately a robbery. That's the biggest robbery I've ever seen. That's crazy. They robbed him.
Split! No! Don't you dare ruin my life. I swear to God, UFC judges, if you ruin my life. We've got to give this to Sean Strickland. He's the clear winner of this fight. Yes! Eat that, you fucking bully cunt! Eat that, USA! USA, baby! Yeah! They couldn't fucking script it if they tried. About split decision. He won rounds 2, 3, and 5, baby. We are back on top, dude. It took us 7 goes of beating a Caucasian, but the West is back on top, baby. Yeah, put that belt round him. You know what, Chimaev? You dug deep and you showed toughness, but Strickland's jab and teep was too much. I'm living in this reality. I'm living in this reality. He did it. My faith was restored. My faith in MMA restored. Thank you. Oh my God, I know. For Jerusalem, dude. Oh my God. Chat, we've got 34,000 live viewers right now. Strickland, let's run the interview, dude. 34,000 Strickland fans strong. I didn't pick him to win, but come on. Let's go, Sean, dude. I can't even chill for a second. Dude, stuffs the takedown in the first... No, doesn't stuff the takedown, but makes Chimaev work. Makes him work to the point where nobody can push that hard for control. We just saw it in Tehran. It was Tehran. Khamzat proved a lot. Yeah, he's not as one-dimensional as we thought. We did it. We prayed for times like this. I know. Thank you for the 10. Sean Strickland is actually one of the greatest middleweights of all time. I'm calling it. Generational victory. Generational victory.
I think Strickland took the 5th. Man, Strickland landed more overall. Chimaev advanced far more. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. 9 takedowns, and he had double the amount of ground control time, such that is relevant. Let's see. It's winnable. It's winnable in either direction. I think so. That isn't to say you might not get like a 49-45 in there. You might. All right, here we go. They're 2 buddy-buddy now. 48-47 Chimaev. 48-47 Strickland. Sean Strickland. Haha. Split decision. Wow, man. Wow. 48. So 2 48-47s, 1 48-47 for Chimaev. Wow, man. Dude, I told you. It was either 3-2 Khamzat or 3-2 Sean. Either scorecard is totally acceptable. What Sean Strickland just managed to pull off is fucking insane. We're going to talk about it on the post-fight show. I mean, you can love him or you can hate him, but like none of this was ever supposed to happen for him. That's crazy. All right, here's Joe Rogan.
Wow, Sean Strickland! Holy and new 48-47 split decision win for Sean Strickland.
He does it again.
Oh my God, he shocks the world again as a plus 400 underdog.
He did it again.
Wow. Takes Khamzat Chimaev's O, now has Khamzat Chimaev and Israel Adesanya on his ended
shit.
both their win streaks. I guess the Israel Adesanya. Khamzat Chimaev puts the belt on him. Wow.
He did
Wow,
it
wow,
again.
wow, wow, wow.
Holy shit.
Sean Strickland takes the mouthpiece out. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Sean Strickland by split decision. He takes the mic.
Wow, Joe actually gave him the mic.
Apologizes to his American fans, Christian fans. Wow, he says he went too far.
Whoa.
Says he respects everyone.
Wow.
He says he should be a better example, but he really wants to sell the fight for these
A
fuckers.
moment of like real contrition from
Yeah.
Sean Strickland.
Holy fucking shit. Sean Strickland just beat Chimaev 48-47. Khamzat Chimaev throwing his gloves into the crowd, already out of the octagon and back to the locker room. Strickland says he may have broke his nose. Says he loves all the fans. Shouts
Wow,
out to
he's
Christians.
really going out of his way to like,
He's shouting out everyone.
wow.
Fucking hell, man.
Holy sh.
Holy sh.
Holy sh.
Wow.
I mean, the fight itself is like incredibly bizarre.
Chael Sonnen already warned that Sean Strickland stood as the final barrier in the division before a possible era led by Khamzat Chimaev. He believed Strickland was the last major test before the division shift took shape.
Strickland is the last hope.
He is the last line of defense between the martial arts community and having to watch Chimaev for the next period of time. And I remember warning the UFC. I remember it being in 2012, sitting with Kenny Florian doing UFC Tonight, warning the UFC of the Russian invasion. I was warning them, it's coming. The Russians are coming, and you are our only line of defense. Quit signing these guys. I remember warning the UFC, unless you want a whole bunch of guys coming in with beards and no mustaches, taking all your belts away, the only way to stop them is don't give them the opportunity. As a wrestler, I can tell you, this culture is a different level of toughness, and Strickland really is our last line of defense. If Chimaev penetrates Sean Strickland, you better get used to the Chimaev era, because it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Joe Rogan described the fight as a mental battle, highlighting Sean Strickland's intense trash talk while Khamzat Chimaev remained calm and unaffected. He pointed out that Chimaev showed no emotional response, implying Strickland's words didn't translate into real impact inside the cage.
And this fight this weekend is a lot of emotional warfare, right? Strickland has said some wild shit about Khamzat. He said he'd shoot him. He calls him a goat face. I mean, but it's interesting to me that it doesn't seem like Khamzat is biting on any of it. He's like, this guy, he said this thing, but he doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa. Like, he doesn't seem upset about it. It doesn't seem like it's under his skin. He's like, this guy says he wants war, but I don't think he wants war, or he'd be dead.
Tom Aspinall reacted to the fight by acknowledging Sean Strickland's toughness and experience, while noting how Khamzat Chimaev's pressure changed the flow of the contest. He added that Strickland kept finding ways to stay in it through constant recovery, but Chimaev's pace gradually slowed things down and shaped how the fight unfolded.
Champion himself. He's always been around the top of the division. Not scared of anybody at all. I think that he could use his unorthodox striking, and hopefully he's definitely going to come in really fit. So he just needs to keep getting up, keep not showing Khamzat that he can hold him on the floor. I think it all comes down to the first couple of grappling exchanges. If Strickland can keep getting up, I think maybe we'll start to see Khamzat slow down a little bit, because we've seen that in other fights before. Strickland can win by jabbing him and putting him on the end of the awkward shots and tiring him out and putting him on the back foot.
I've got a feeling on your verdict. Shall we get into it?
The verdict is, for me, Khamzat by decision, I think.
Same as DDP. You feel too strong on the ground.
I think it'll be a little bit more competitive than the DDP fight, but I think that Khamzat by decision.
Meanwhile, Dricus du Plessis looked at the opening round as the key turning point in the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. He noted that early takedown attempts from Chimaev set the tone, while Strickland's strength and resistance made it harder to fully control the pace than expected.
The first round is going to tell us so much about this fight. If Khamzat can... Listen, I know Khamzat's going to get him down. Like I said, I've taken Strickland down so many times. I know Khamzat's going to get him down, but you keep him there. That's going to be the big question. Because Strickland's ability to get up, the technique he uses, the strength he has, he's a strong guy, a lot stronger than Khamzat on a physical level. Is really good. And I think he's going to surprise some people. If Strickland gets up 2 or 3 times in that first round, or the first 2, it's not going to get any easier with the sweat and fatigue, trying to keep a guy down that gets up. He uses a lot more energy than the guy getting up.
Dricus du Plessis reflected on Sean Strickland's durability becoming a major factor as the fight progressed into the later stages. He pointed out how Khamzat Chimaev opened fast with explosive offense, but his patterns became more readable as the contest developed. He also noted the early exchanges ended up setting the tone for how the rest of the fight unfolded.
And once Khamzat, Strickland has the cardio, we've seen that. Once Khamzat has to fight Strickland's fight, I just don't think he has a chance. I mean, Khamzat throws, he hits hard, he kicks hard, but not scary hard. And he's kind of predictable, you can see the shots coming. And with a guy like Strickland, some of the best defense in the whole of MMA. You're not gonna catch him with something, just if you don't set it up. And I don't think Khamzat has the skill set to set that knockout up. But it's fighting, so he can catch him. But no, if Khamzat takes him down that first round, holds him down, Strickland cannot get up, it's Khamzat's fight. That's it, but I do believe Strickland has every tool to not let that happen, and maybe snatch that title away. It's going to be a very interesting fight. I think the first round is going to tell us how that fight's going to play out.
Robert Whittaker also reflected on the clear gap in grappling levels, describing the difference in pressure and strength from Khamzat Chimaev as night and day compared to other opponents. He added that his own experience showed how overwhelming that style felt, especially after seeing Chimaev control elite-level competition.
I mean, I know you've been in there with Khamzat, man, and Sean Strickland's taking defense is pretty good, but we haven't seen him in there against, like, would you say Fluffy and Khamzat, it's two different levels when it comes to the grappling, would you say, like in terms of the way, the strength and yeah.
Absolute night and day. Like, having been in there with Chimaev and seen, and everyone who saw what he did to Dricus, like, there's not, mate, like it's not the same. It is not the same.
Former UFC champion Jamahal Hill broke down the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland, describing Chimaev as an unsolved puzzle in the division. He also highlighted Strickland's strong hips and steady striking, noting how he managed to keep the fight standing and applied pressure that affected the pace and exchanges.
I mean, you gotta favor Khamzat just because it's a puzzle that we haven't seen solved yet. But with what Sean does well, I like his chances. I like his chances. He's got a good chance. You know, he's got strong hips. Obviously, Khamzat's a really, really good grappler. But if Sean, I believe Sean is able to keep him on the feet and walk him down, I believe Sean can walk him down.
Similarly, Colby Covington also reviewed the clash, stressing the clear gap in grappling control compared to other opponents. He noted that Chimaev consistently forced takedowns and kept long stretches of control on the ground, limiting open striking exchanges.
Are you giving him a chance here against Khamzat? Like, we saw some pretty good wrestling takedown defense against Hernandez.
No, I'm not giving him a chance. You know, Hernandez and Khamzat are completely different levels of grapplers and the way they approach their strategy. So I think Khamzat's going to take him down and submit him. You know, obviously, you know, Schmo went and watched them spar back at Extreme Couture a couple years ago, and he pretty much said, like, it wasn't competitive. Khamzat was just taking him down and submitting him. So I expect that same game plan. He's not going to be stupid and strike with Sean, you know, and make it a kickboxing fight. He's just going to make it straight grappling. And, you know, I think he's going to put Strickland in some really bad positions and either submit him or just hold him out for 25 minutes.
Beneil Dariush looked at the fight, pointing to Khamzat Chimaev's early rounds as the most dangerous due to his fast start and heavy pressure. He noted that Sean Strickland stayed composed through that opening surge and gradually adjusted as the fight progressed.
Your breakdown in your mind, how do you feel like that fight's going to go?
I think Khamzat is a very tall task, very difficult to deal with. I think we're looking at like round 1, round 2, Khamzat being very dominant, but I also think there's a world where, you know, all of a sudden things don't go so well because, man, Sean can wrestle. And all of a sudden, round 2, Sean's defending. Round 3, round 2, round 3, Sean starts to defend, kind of finds his place, and he starts to take over the rounds. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. But I would definitely lean towards Khamzat in the first couple of rounds, and then maybe Sean's able to make a comeback.
Adding his reaction to the fight, Luke Rockhold openly criticized Strickland while showing strong support for Chimaev. He questioned Strickland's overall makeup as a fighter and highlighted Chimaev as the more complete and dangerous presence in the matchup.
You know, Sean is like, you know, he's effective and he's scrappy and he hangs in there. He's so much more talented. You know, it's about who can relax and implement their game plan the best. And you know, Khamzat's doing everything he needs to, and I think he can really have a master class. I think last time out there's a little bit of tension. He wanted to win the world title. Now he can go out there and be his best, and I expect the best from Khamzat, and I would love to see him put this American away. I mean, like, I'm American, but I like good people. Khamzat is a great person through and through. Sean Strickland is a piece of shit.
Meanwhile, Aljamain Sterling looked at the fight, pointing to Chimaev's improved training and overall skill as a key factor in how things played out. He noted Strickland stayed persistent, constantly searching for openings whenever Chimaev's pace dropped. He also highlighted Chimaev's 5-round stamina, which kept the matchup close and hard to clearly separate.
I would imagine the favorite coming into this would be Khamzat by obvious reasons. But I know these guys train with each other a bunch. And Strickland was very vocal in trying to get this fight. And it leads me to believe that there's something there that he feels he can kind of take advantage of.
Yeah.
But I would imagine the Khamzat that wasn't training the way he's training now, with the new coaches that he has and all that, where he kind of gasses out a little bit, that would be a more favorable matchup for Strickland. But now, like, even in the matchup with DDP, he was able to show that he can go 5 rounds. So that's a tough one for me. It's really a toss-up. If I had a bet, I would go with the favorite, but I wouldn't be surprised if Strickland was able to surprise us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my 2 cents on that, and I'm looking forward to the fight.
Caio Borralho was favoring Khamzat Chimaev as the slight frontrunner, while stressing that the matchup stayed competitive and unpredictable throughout.
Who are you going with, though, if you had to pick right now? Are you still going Khamzat, or do you think it's going to be the upset of Sean?
I don't know, brother. I need to be honest, I don't know. I think Khamzat is the favorite. That's all that I can say. I think he's the favorite. I would say 60-40, 60-40 for Khamzat, you know. And
That's pretty close, 60-40.
Yeah, but I think everything can happen, you know.
Curtis Blades pointed to Sean Strickland's wrestling defense, positional control, and high-volume striking when assessing how the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Strickland played out. He noted that Chimaev needed a decisive moment to shift things, while Strickland's pace and durability kept him active throughout.
I'm gonna go Strickland. I know I'm probably in the minority with that one, but I think this is almost like the opposite of Brady versus Buckley. I think because Strickland's wrestling is so good, because I've wrestled with him once. He came out here to Denver like 2 years ago, like randomly. He just popped up at the gym and we were doing like wall grappling drills. He's very strong, and he's got positional strength. Like, he knows how to get his shoulders in the right angle and start to shimmy and get off. Like, he's a very good grappler, and I think in the striking department, I think it's even. I think the volume that he presents, that makes up for maybe his technique not being the cleanest, but he just has so much volume. I think unless Khamzat's able to catch him, which is possible, but I don't think Khamzat beats him in a decision. I think if it goes decision, it goes to Strickland.
Henry Cejudo looked at the fight between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland as a major test of style and control. He noted Strickland's success depended on stopping early takedown attempts, while the key challenge was dealing with Chimaev's fast, aggressive opening pressure. He added that Strickland's in-fight adjustments were crucial, as similar opponents have struggled to handle Chimaev's quick starts.
Huge fight coming up, Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Who do you favor?
You know what? It's hard for you to not. I've counted out Khamzat a lot. If Sean Strickland, the American badass, could defend his takedown, I think it's Sean Strickland. But that's the key. Is could he get up? And I feel like, man, it's not that I don't know. I just don't like betting on shit that I just don't know. And it doesn't come down to Khamzat. It comes down to Sean. You know what I'm saying? Because then Sean has to make those adjustments. Khamzat's gonna boom, in the first 10 seconds of the fight. And if he gets that going and Sean has no answer, it's going to be the same thing as DDP.
So, that's all we have from today's video, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. Share your reactions on this epic encounter between Khamzat and Strickland, and let us know who are you backing at UFC 328. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content related to MMA.